March up to the gate and bid it open.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite you on a journey with me. Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Tymo. I do the morning show on Canada's Cool FM. And I met this man about a year ago, and we've become fast friends ever since. He's a fascinating man because of his art, but also just because he's a great guy. So I want to invite you on a journey with me. They say a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Today we take one giant step into the world of art, into the mind of Ron Suchiu. What I need you to do, though, is get comfortable, grab yourself a cold beverage, a hot beverage, some snacks, sit back and relax. I'll give you a second to do that. Time's up, let's go. We are now in what I call room one of Ron Suchiu's art. There is so much on the walls here, right there. Obviously, I'm a fan of the Rolling Stones. There are the Rolling Stones, ladies and gentlemen, right beside Marilyn Monroe. So no matter what kind of art you enjoy, this is the place to come and have a look, because there will be at least one thing that you will find nothing short of fascinating. Looking around, this piece right here. I love this piece. If you are a fan of the Beatles, you have to have this piece. It's not just about the Beatles. If you looked at this for 5 minutes, you will spot a half a dozen things going on here, the fine nuanced things about art. And that is what Ron Suchiu does, not just with the Beatles, but with his art. This piece right here, Dan Aykroyd actually had a hand in creating this with Ron. This piece right here. Ron and I will get into this piece and how that relationship all began another time, but this is Dan Aykroyd. He actually helped create this. But there's so many pieces of art on the walls here that actually grabbed me, that reached out and touched me. And one of the pieces I want to introduce you to is this one right here. Now, we unfortunately had that snowbird accident earlier on this year. And Ron, because he's a proud Canadian, decided to create this piece of art right here. This piece right here, just, it makes me feel proud. 1, to be Canadian. 2, to have the snowbirds in our lives. And 3, to be a friend of Ron. Keep coming. Inner Sanctum number 2. Again, no matter what kind of art that you enjoy, whether it's rock and roll, and it's not just the pictures too. This is a perfect example. This is a piece of art with the HMCS Shearwater. The picture alone is fascinating, but with this piece right here, if you can catch that, this is a piece of wood from that actual boat. I kid you not. So it's not just his art, but the history behind it too. Whether it's nature that you love, or maybe it's history. This, like I said, there are so many pieces of art that Ron does that I enjoy so much. And here is another piece. I like this piece because years ago I was at an air show and I was lucky enough to get a ride along, a fly along, in one of these. Every time I see that piece of work, I can picture myself in that seat right there, flying in one of those. So when I see this picture, this art, I see the magnificence of it, but it also touches me. Keep coming. Again, Marilyn. I think Ron had a little crush on Marilyn, because that's 2 pieces now we've seen in less than 5 minutes. Ron and Marilyn. Again, history. Again, rock and roll. The Rolling Stones. And again, another piece that touches me. I'm a huge fan of the Blues Brothers. This is obviously Dan Aykroyd, Elwood Blues. If you know the movie at all, you know that there wasn't a motorcycle in the movie. When Ron created this piece, he was actually talking with Dan about this. This is completely unique to Dan Aykroyd and Ron Suchiu and now you. Not only that, but if you, say, had this piece hanging on your walls, know this, so does Dan Aykroyd. You and Dan Aykroyd share a piece of life together. That's the Blues Brothers. Let's go find Ron. Oh, before I forget, we've seen some magnificent works, but if you're like me, for my wife example, I like to, she collects a lot of stuff, she has a lot of pictures, and as a surprise gift every now and again, I like to take those pieces that she has, those pictures that she has, and frame them, put them on the walls. So Ron's not just about the art, but it's also about framing. So either you might have something to get framed, this is the place to go. This is the framing room. You can come in and pick up any type of framing you need for whatever it is that you have to get framed. So it's not just about the art, it's also the framing as well. Let's go track down Ron, find out where he's at, see if he's working or taking a nap, because I understand it's about his nap time right now, but we'll find out. Framing department, the boss lady's working hard. Ladies and gentlemen, most would say the better half. This is Colleen, and I told you about the framing. She's hard at work, we're interrupting her. She's got the museum white gloves on, working hard. Colleen's working, but we'll go and find Ron, but every time I come into his studio to say hi or have a look around at some of the stuff, I pass by this. I saw this the first day I met him. On this thermostat it says, "Do not touch. No one." 3 exclamation marks. Now, whenever I see something like that, I can't resist. So, don't touch, don't touch, don't touch. That's probably why, shh, don't tell Ron. That's probably why every time I come here, my wife says, put your hands in your pockets and don't touch anything. I think that's what Ron meant by this. Don't touch. Let's go find Ron. Again, art is everywhere. Like these 2 little masterpieces. This is security, by the way. But again, whether it's rock and roll, whether it's Mother Nature, history of rock and roll, Sting again, and here we are at the gateway to the magic room. This is literally where the magic happens. It says private, but see if he wakes up from his nap. You were napping, were you, Ron?
Easy, Skippy.